Welcome to the morning, yo. It's Michael, yo. Thank you for having us on. Thank you for all the love. Every morning I do this on Facebook. Well, not every morning, 2, 3 times a week. I do this on Facebook. And we started out a month ago, 30,000 people. Now we're up to 150,000 people. So I appreciate the love. It's taken off. And, just trying to put some fun people on the air. We're in quarantine, trying to make it better. And one guy I absolutely love, he has a special he put on YouTube. I got this. And it has 4.7 million views right now, which is incredible. Then he just released a new special up on the roof that's killing it as well. Please welcome Sam Morril. What's up, dude? How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Man, I'm so proud of you, first of all. Like, you're just taking control of your own shit and doing it, man.
It's tough. I mean, we feel so powerless with the pandemic, and then, the industry is also, they kind of pick who they pick, and we don't have any control over that. So you just gotta, if you want to make something, I mean, I pitched this to Netflix and they said no. And I said, well, that's the only one that I think helps. I don't think the others help. So
yeah, it's true.
Netflix or YouTube, that's kind of how it goes.
So you shot this, sent it to Netflix. They've known the success of your last one.
Yeah.
And they still said no.
Yeah, I think they got, with the pandemic, they're probably backed up, and I think they pick who they pick, and they don't really show me love at this point in my career, and that's okay. I mean, luckily there's other avenues, and I kind of sent them like a 6 or 7 minute sizzle. It looked awesome. I think I brought these two guys in, Matt Salacuse and Dominic Mull, and Dom had a drone cam, so he was falling in love with the drone cam, and I was like, not too much drone. You know what I mean? Like, we got it. As my jokes can't bury a fucking New York skyline. You know what I mean? Like, you got to let my joke shine too. I can't compete with the New York views. So I said a little bit, but don't overdo it here.
Yeah, no, it looked great, man. I just watched it. I love the drone shots. I love the cutaways. I think this is the first special, and I don't watch a lot of specials, but I like the vibe of it, where it's just, you do jokes. Normally when you do a special, you think, I got to knock everything out, one take, can't mess up. And you were like, no, fuck that. I'm going to go to a bunch of different places and work out a bunch of.
A lot of that's because I'm rusty. You know what I mean? Like, so you're giving me credit for like some artistic vision that isn't there.
Really okay.
I usually, how it is when you tape something, you run it into the ground on the road. And I didn't get to do that this time. So I'm literally like, shit, that joke didn't like flow right. Let's cut to another roof. You know what I mean? So that's really all it is.
So when you did it, because I would say the material is about 40 minutes, maybe 41 minutes of the special. So did you have a 41-minute set that you kept doing at different roofs, or you went up and did different jokes?
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of like the closer. I did every roof. A lot of the topical jokes I kept switching up. Some of them I just dropped because I was like, open with 2 topical jokes about the election, but anything more than that, it's gonna feel like a political special. And I was just like, let's cut it out. I don't want it so much is about politics right now, that I always like that that the way we do our jokes is we tour the country, red state, blue state, and we're entertainers. So I wanted to keep it with a hint of social commentary, but not political, really.
What's your writing process? Because I watch a lot of your stuff, and you're always coming up with new stuff, where I'm a comic that just talks about my life, and it's like has to happen for me to write about it. But it's like you're so topical, and then you just move through material so fast. What's your process?
Well, yeah, you said it. I'm topical. So if I hold on to it too long, the joke kind of loses its luster. So I have to drop it. So I kind of I'm not like super political, because if I watch the news too much, I just get depressed, but then I still have to watch it. So a lot of it's just like, I heard Chris Rock once describe his comedy as barbershop politics. I'm whatever the white version of that is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, we're not talking in the barbershop, but it's like,
salon.
Like, yeah, our guy's Ukrainian. We don't even speak. I don't know what's going on, right. But it's kind of like maybe like lowbrow political, where it's not. It's I feel like anyone can understand it. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
up there doing Dennis Miller or something. You know.
So you're watching the news, you see something you like. Is that where? Because a lot of comics, like I hardly ever just sit down and write. I kind of have to work it out on stage. Do you actually
Wow.
sit down and
Yeah.
just? Oh, you do. Okay.
I have to. I'm in a long distance relationship, so she literally just left like 45 minutes ago, and I'm like, already
Uh,
my brain is like flooding with premises. While she's here, I can't think of shit while she's here because I'm
yeah.
trying to be present with her. But then the second she leaves, I'm like, oh, it's like the levees in Katrina. It's like just coming. I don't know why I use a natural disaster to compare
Yeah.
it to.
There you go.
They don't speak very highly of my comedy, but you know, yeah, I do try to like take notes and Word doc and send it to myself and edit and I usually would take walks and think of jokes, and then I go to
Yeah.
the computer and I edit.
Like if you did a 45, like your last special, I believe was like an hour.
I think like 47 or 48.
47 minutes.
I don't like doing an hour anymore because all the data you hear is that no one makes it through it, and I'm like, why? The closer is my favorite bit usually.
Well,
So
what's
I don't
funny
know.
is, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I heard that Louis C.K. he would close with he would close with his closer, but then open up his next special
Yeah.
with that closer. I didn't watch much of his comedy, but I thought that was a pretty cool premise too. So it seems like now,
That was a
yeah,
good way to protect yourself from the outlets. I don't watch his stuff anymore. I don't.
I never really liked him, but
No, look, it's yeah, I heard Louis did that too, and I think that's really interesting because you open with you were basically burying yourself. So
yeah,
I love that technique. I think that's really smart, and I don't do that because I usually close on a story. So
yeah,
it would kind of fuck the rhythm of my setup if I open with a story and then start just doing jokes. I try to open with like something more like in the moment. Maybe like, did you see this on the news last night to show that I'm not recycling some fucking
yeah,
Ronald Reagan bit or like an OJ is, did you see what
yeah.
OJ did? I'm not doing that. I want to show that I'm like working and trying new stuff because I also feel like they give you a little leeway with a bit that feels somewhat new because they
Yeah.
know it's new.
Yeah. Now, I remember last time we talked, you said when you toured, a lot of people would get upset with you, try to start fights with you when you were on stage. Like some people
Oh
jump
no,
up.
that was just once. That was in
Oh, just
Vermont.
once.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Vermont. Yeah.
But did you say you get heckled a lot then? Or not really?
Yeah, I get heckled a lot. What it's funny, Taylor gives me shit for this because she's like, well, you post all these heckler clips. So now people see that and they come to the shows and they like want to be a part of a moment. And it's, honestly, when I get bored with the material, I don't mind it because someone yells shit out. I'm like, well, this keeps me in the moment. You know what I mean? It's something to do. Yeah, it's like it's like if we're like fighters, that's like the bar fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like technical MMA or whatever, but it's like I kind of like it. I think that people love heckler clips because I think like we tell off someone, there's some justice to it, and they kind of wish they could. That's like they're like living vicariously through us. That's my boss. They're picturing that's the person I want to tell off.
So when you go through this process of putting out a special and all these clips you do on Instagram, are you doing that yourself? Have you become your own team or did you hire
No,
somebody? Okay. All right.
God no. This guy, a comic, Toby McMillan is great. I use him a lot. I use a guy, Casey Lippitz. I use a lot of great
Okay, cool.
Josh Fear, who's I brought on all these shows, Orthodox Jew. I feel like I corrupted him. He was very pure before he did all these nights with me.
That's
And
awesome.
he'd be like, I'm gonna eat kosher. I'd be like, fuck that shit. Throw your life away for my convenience. Throw away your views,
There you go.
But,
Yeah, because it seems like now, a lot of people are picking up different shit in quarantine. Have you picked up anything new?
new habits or what do you
Habits
mean?
or just like new talent or anything? Like,
You know what? I was saying if I don't learn how to poach an egg this entire year, what was this pandemic even for? I don't
it's
know.
worthless.
I'm cooking more. I would love to be exercising more. I injured my neck, so it's been like a month I've been out of commission. So that's been
How'd you do
killing me.
that?
Just playing basketball. I still play like I'm like 18, and then I'm like a lanky
How old are you?
weakling. I'm
How old are you?
34.
Oh, okay. See, you're still young. I say
Yeah,
after 35, you're not going pro. You don't need to be playing anymore. No, like
dude. I'm holding out for the Knicks. They gotta void at point guard. I think I don't know. We'll see.
Did you see that fight? Nate Robinson getting knocked out.
Poor Nate. That broke my heart, man. Because who's
It was
rooting for the other guy? Like, who the
no
hell is rooting
one.
for that dude? He
That
looks
Dick-
like the bad guy in Karate Kid. No one's rooting for that dude.
What's his name? Logan Paul. It's just so like I just felt so bad, and I knew the internet was just gonna crush this dude, and it's everywhere, and I just felt so bad for Nate Robinson.
I'm not used to seeing Knicks lose. That's what really hurts me. No, it was tough to see because like apparently he's like didn't save his money. He also didn't he like just missed out on a big payday. Like I bet if he was playing now, he would have made way more money because he is kind of like he was like kind of a dynamic, fearless player. I really loved Nate, but yeah, that bummed me out to see for sure.
Did you order the fight? Are you a fight fan or not really? No.
I mean, I'm not I mean, I had my girlfriend in town. What am I gonna be like? Let's watch Mike Tyson at 50. Like, what am I gonna do? We're watching The Crown. I mean, look, with Tyson, just seeing the clips, Tyson's incredible still. It's pretty insane. But no, we're watching The Crown. That's like the opposite of a fight.
Now, was that your choice or Taylor's choice?
It was a mutual choice. I
really
okay. I wanted to know I like slow period dramas, dude. Are you not into that?
Dude, I tried to watch The Crown. 2 episodes. It moves so fucking slow.
It's slow, but it's rewarding. Did you not like Mad Men either?
Okay. It was slow, but
really?
I do like Matthew. I think the creator was Matthew Weiner. I do like I love all the artwork. Beautiful. Like it's beautiful. It was. I watched it because it was beautiful, But it was after season 2 or 3 it got slow. But I felt like Game of Thrones started slow, but I stuck with that. I love that. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
I couldn't get into that one.
What?
Every person who told me to watch it was like, "You gotta watch this," and they'd be like, "All right," and then they'd be like, "Oh, it fucking sucks." So it's like it almost sounded like someone trying to like convince me to like.
So did you try it?
No,
I loved it.
It's okay. Maybe I'll give that a shot. Maybe I'll go for it. Am I crazy for never watching it?
Yeah, you are. It's just one of the biggest TV shows ever. But whatever, you don't watch big TV shows, Sam. I get it. Yeah. Now you're the type of dude that's gonna watch what is that Gambit? The one that
yeah.
How was that?
That was Taylor's pick. It was good. I liked it. It was fun. I think it was that wasn't for a chess show. You're expecting it to be slow as hell. I didn't think it was slow, and yeah, I liked it a lot.
So which one is better, the Gambit or the Crown?
The Crown for sure. The Crown is fucking incredible, man.
Is it?
Yeah, give it a few more. Trust me.
Okay, I'm gonna restart it just for you, Sam.
It's fantastic.
I'm gonna try it. What'd you do for Thanksgiving? Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go. What were you going to say about the show?
Tell me you've seen Sopranos. That's my favorite. That's my number one.
Yes.
That's
Sopranos was great.
Right there.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving, my family's so scared to see. So we did like a Zoom thing, but Taylor and I went to get Mexican food, her choice. So we went to a good Mexican place. Then we had Chinese food for dinner. Yeah, we ate horribly. I mean, it was like we got a gluttony on. There's no question. I mean, we had like tacos, guac, chili mango margaritas, fantastic. General Tso's chicken, like we did it up. I mean,
so you went in.
Yeah, cookie dough. We hit up Fairway. We got some cookie dough. I mean, look, we got diarrhea. There's no question. I mean, that's what Thanksgiving's all about. That is how I had to sell her on the Chinese, because I'm like a New York Jew. Chinese food is my number one go-to, but she's a Cali girl. She doesn't get Chinese food. So I said, there's a 3-pepper chicken. I'm all about the 3-pepper chicken.
Yep.
And I had to tell her, like, look, it's the best thing you'll ever eat. You will not shit right for a couple days. That's just how it goes. And she's like, I love that you're honest. I'm not doing that. And she's like, let's get General Tso's. I was like, all right, General Tso's. 3-pepper chicken will destroy you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had it. What I can't wait to start traveling again once all this shit goes away, because I miss New York. I really like New York, and I'm surprised that you stayed in New York. You didn't stay in LA for a long period of time,
or you did for like 5 months.
Really? Okay.
It was unreal. I was like, to me, that was. I mean, it got to a point of complaining where she's like, "You need to leave. Like, I can't deal which feels like an attack on my heritage. I mean, it really is like how we communicate culturally as Jews. That's what my mom will like Tai Chi any Jewish complaint I have into one of her complaints. Like she'll just
Oh
be
yeah.
like, you think that's bad? I'm like, fuck, it's her turn, I guess, you know? So that's something. But yeah, I have to come back for LA is fine. It's not, I'm a New Yorker. It's hard.
So is it tough having a girlfriend that has a special on Netflix and Netflix won't pick you up?
I mean, no, because she deserves it, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
I
do
think
too. Come on now.
sure, but not everyone who deserves is going to get one. So
It's true.
you gotta be grateful for the ones who do deserve it and get it. And I'll keep putting them out my way till they bite, or if they never bite, I'll be fine. I'll keep building a fan base this way.
How sad is it right now that your name is blowing up in the comedy industry and you can't fucking tour and make money off of it right now?
It's tough. I think I miss touring. I miss building an act. It feels like I don't really have a purpose right now.
No, I feel the same way. I'm just sitting around. I got a family, but I'm sitting around with my kids and stuff going, I'm doing. Sam, you there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I lost you for a
Oh,
second.
wait. You there?
Hey,
Okay, there you
yeah,
go.
I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my bad.
So
My bad.
you asked about. It's so funny, by the way. Right before you cut out, you said, you said like, "This is horrible. I'm staying at home with my kid."
I know. No, it's so serious. Are we still on a delay?
Yeah, a little bit of a delay, I think.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, man. I got my Ethernet in. I don't know what's going on. Well, I mean, we could still talk on a delay, right?
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah,
still,
yeah. We can do it. We can do it.
about touring. Yeah, I mean, dude, I miss it horribly. I mean, it's I kind of learned to love the road. You kind of have to learn to
Yeah.
love the bad parts of this. So yeah, I miss the hustle. I miss building an hour. So obviously I'm upset at the money I'm missing out on. I'm all but like, I think it'll be there next year, hopefully. And but I'm upset. I mean, we all lost a lot this year.
Yeah,
Anyone who works in bars or restaurants, I mean, what all these states are doing for the restaurants is unacceptable and inexcusable. And the government is an embarrassment. It's fucking horrible.
It's horrible, dude. Trump is too worried about saying the election was rigged instead of helping people with fucking corona. The numbers going up. We all knew it was going to go up. And he's just running around talking about the election still. That's over. You can't change it. It's pathetic, dude. It's pathetic. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Instead of reaching for a lifeboat on the Titanic, he'd be like, "This is rigged. This iceberg is rigged."
Right.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you had it. Are you okay?
Dude, it's fucking bananas, dude. It just being there, not knowing if you're going to make it, when the doctor goes, you got 2 days and we'll know if you're going to make it or not.
Really? It was that. You're like the guy people bring up because you're in great shape. You're healthy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was great. It was ground zero, dude. I was the first person at the hospital with it. Like it was, and they didn't know, dude, Sam, when I tell you, they didn't know what to do. I would be watching TV and whatever you saw on TV, 30 minutes later, it would be in my system. It's almost like since I was in great health.
You got to change the channel.
That's what they told me. They were like, stop watching the news. And but I want to know, this is how I was finding out what they were putting in me. Literally 30 minutes later, shit was in my body. And I was like, oh my God. And I know the doctor really well right now. Like, of course, he saved my life. But he goes, you don't understand how fucking scared we were. Like, we were petrified because you were the first one. We didn't want to lose you. We went back and forth on a ventilator. And finally, my doctor spoke up and said, no ventilator, because if that thing starts breathing for him, he's not going to know how to breathe himself. So, it's
oh my God.
Dude, and just to be like, when people say they're having a bad day, I'm just happy to be fucking alive right now. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So, but yeah, if I
were my mom right now, I go, you think that's bad? I just ordered in food. It took an hour and a half. So I don't,
exactly.
We all, dude, that's so scary. I'm so happy you're okay. I mean, you're someone that I definitely was thinking about a lot. And
I appreciate it.
Shit, man, really, really horrible.
But I got the mom that made, like, my mom got it. And after I got well, she calls me up and says, so you gave me COVID. I beat in 1 day. You weak boy. And I'm like, oh. My mom is talking shit to me, like, straight up. Like, that's my mom, though.
Your mom is Jake Paul, you're Nate Robinson.
Yeah, she's hitting me with knockout blows, man. My mom was so funny. Now, speaking about moms, I remember you were putting your mom on for a little bit on your Instagram. That was hilarious, man. So did she enjoy it?
No, she didn't want to do it. I had to talk her into it. I thought like I would run bits by her sometime on just on the phone. And my mom's got a really good sense of humor and she gets it. I mean, she just is a smart, funny woman. I love my mom. So I will run bits by her because I'm like, well, I know this is funny to me, but let me try it for someone, you know, her age. Let's see if she thinks it's funny. I want my jokes to be funny to everybody or as many people as possible. And it got to a point where I said, can we just try something? It might be a fun experiment. And she was down and my dad was not thrilled about it. He was like, this is not a great look for your mom. And I said, I think everyone who watches it loves her. So I think that's, to me, I was like, I think it's fun. But then I got to a point where I was like, maybe we should dial it back a little bit. So maybe we'll do it again. But
does she go out and look at your comedy? And I heard one bit where you said she looks up comments and things like that. Who's a bigger fan of your comedy, your dad or your mom?
My mom.
Okay.
My mom, for sure. My mom's an artist. So I think she is the most anxious, worrisome person I know. But she also, I think, likes that I'm creative. So I think it's like a weird combination. She loves that I'm using this part of my brain. She hates that I'm on the road all the time. So you know, it's got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah. How's New York with Corona right now? Is it getting better? Is it weird still or what?
Apparently my neighborhood's like the worst COVID rate ever.
And you're going to Chinese food. You're just going out.
We ordered in. We went out like once or twice, you know, but it was like, you know, we didn't really like go out. We ordered in and we take a walk here and there, but no, we were pretty careful. And I mean, I take it seriously. I just, you know, even with my special, we're on roofs. I wanted some people you can tell to be masked. Other people, it's their friends, it's their party. You can't just be like, everyone wear a mask right now. If it was my fans, I'd say, if you don't mind, maybe a mask, at least for the fucking optics. You start sounding like some showbiz phony. You're like, this is bad optics. All of you breathing on each other during my show. So if you don't mind. You know.
Well, that's what was so messed up about me when I went on the road a bunch after I beat COVID. So I did about 8 shows and the shit was still going up. And I felt like I'm such a fucking hypocrite. I almost died from it. But yet I'm on the road and people are gathering to watch me. But then again, it's like, shit, I got to pay bills too, just like everybody else. You know,
should have become like a televangelist. You should have been like, I beat COVID with my punchlines. Tickets going fast at the Orlando Improv or wherever the hell we are.
There you go. That's going to be my new promo. That's hilarious. So the first special did so well, 4.7 million. How were you shocked by that? Because it's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, we had comedy. It was on Comedy Central's YouTube channel. So that definitely gave me like an advantage to get more visibility. Obviously, the comics helping and sharing the link is I'm so grateful for that. So same with this one. This one's on my channel, not Comedy Central. I have no presence on YouTube, so I'm kind of using this to build up my page a little bit. And again, I'm grateful for all the comic shares, yourself included. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan, man. I love people like you because you make your own way, and that's what's so inspiring to people, even to me. You know, it's kind of like, because right now I'm at a point where I have a brand new 45 minutes. But I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. You know, it's one of those things where should you wait to shoot in front of a crowd? Because, you know, where I'm at, they're not doing rooftops or anything like that, you know, so, totally. Or do you wait till a club opens?
Man, you could be the beach guy, you know,
the beach guy.
Yeah, why not? Beaches are beautiful. You find a cool West Coast vibe. I mean, I don't know. There's so many cool ways to do this. To me, that was like part of the fun is that we kind of figured it out. The young Orthodox Jew, Josh, was following me around everywhere, just filming me. We met at a show on a roof, and he started following me to roofs, and we kind of decided this would be a great idea for a special. So brought in some other people because the roofs just look beautiful. I thought
it was like, beautiful, dude.
I once heard Chris Rock say, like, I'm quoting Rock for a second time on here, but I once heard Rock say, every special has got to be like an iPhone. It's got to have a new feature. And I was like, fuck, that's beautiful. That's perfect. And all my other specials are just kind of straight up specials. And, you know, this is kind of a risk for a lot of reasons. You know, it's obviously you're pissed that the laughs don't sound, you know, like club laughs, what you're accustomed to. And I'm putting it on YouTube for free, which I think my agent and reps were not at the time thrilled that they couldn't sell it. I think they were very discouraged, as we all are. So, but then now you think, well, there is a bright side to this if you do it yourself.
Yeah, I think what I love is I think when things open back up, I mean, you're just gonna blow the fuck up, like because you're a monster to me because you're a monster. You put out so much great material, and it seems like, and what's so important today is the Instagram game. Now you've accomplished that. You figured it out.
Well,
You know what your people like.
It's a slow rise. It's been a slow rise, and it's look, we all feel this way when we kill a special off. You feel like shit. How am I going to write another joke? I really feel that way every time. So I think it's scary. It's scary for a lot of reasons. You're like to start at zero again.
Yeah. So what do you? I mean, shit, we're all stuck in quarantine, but what are you doing next? Are you still writing? Are you gonna do another type of special like this after this one? Like, because I
don't know what I'm doing next. I mean, it literally came out less than a week ago. I don't know. I don't. This wasn't planned. Like, I did not think I had the material to put out another one. I didn't think, and then it kind of organically just happened. I mean, these guys just kept following me around. They wanted to put in more behind the scenes stuff. I feel guilt. I'm like that classic. If there's not a laugh every 30 seconds or 10 seconds, even I'm panicking. So I didn't want too much of that. We cut a lot of funny behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, I have no idea what is next. I don't know what's happening in the world. Like, are we going to be able to tour again? It's going to take me a while to write another new hour. I think, you know. How'd
you guys get people to the roofs?
Well, that's interesting. We at first, what really I just did was I put in my Instagram stories, hey, if you got a mic, an amp, a roof, some White Claw, and some cool friends, I'll come through and I'll tell some jokes. And I started doing that. And a couple of the times they really sucked. And I was like, I should be getting paid for this. These people fucking blew. It's almost like a gig where you're like, I'm not going to show up on a roof and bomb for 45. So, and the laughs already sound worse. And when you're outdoors and they're not laughing, it's like, oh, dude, you run through 45, 50 minutes of material in like 30 minutes. It's pretty brutal.
and all you hear is the wind.
It's humiliating. And so then I thought, I should get a few $100 for these, and that way it'll cut my costs with the crew. So I just would explain that. Most people were very cool about that. Occasionally I get like, we're young comics. I'd be like, I can't charge comics, So yeah, we do some roofs in Brooklyn, Bushwick, Williamsburg. We do the West Village, Hell's Kitchen, all over Lower East Side. And they were pretty much all through Instagram. Occasionally, one of my favorite roofs, which is one of the most used ones, is Josh. His roof in the East Village.
Yeah, I mean, you had some beautiful shots, especially with the drones, man. So it was
gorgeous. I didn't think we could afford a drone. Matt, my director's friend Dom, was like, I got a drone, shoots 4K.
I was like,
let's fucking do it.
I was like, dude, did y'all need some kind of permit for that? Because shooting up a drone in New York City, I was like, dude, that's scary shit.
We didn't need a permit, but we'd be in certain areas. They'd be like, this is not a drone zone. And be like, fuck, we can't. This is such a beautiful shot. I'd be so angry. I'd be cranky because we'd lose out on some great shots.
Now, as a comic, you talk about it in your special, a lot of comics got canceled. I mean, since this pandemic started, what's your whole take on the cancel culture?
I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be like, I like cancel culture. I think there's a difference between canceling like Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein when like the law cancels you, as opposed to it's weird that it's like this one size fits all.
It is. It's horrible.
System. I don't like. I should say I just don't like the mob mentality. So I don't like just mobs going after people. I think we live in such a reactive culture that Twitter is just so dangerous, and you don't quite know what you're doing. I think when the first person buries someone, you don't know who that person is a lot of the time. I've had people, even after me, a woman who wrote a hit piece on me once said, I've heard he's a great guy. And I'm just kind of like, well, then why are you doing this? It's very weird, this condemnation system that we have. And I think it's going to age very badly unless the person has done really terrible things, in which case,
They
yeah,
deserve it.
there should be a
Yeah.
punishment for sure. But I think with jokes, I also don't believe it's as bad as some people think it is. And I think I say that in the special because we cancel the wrong people. I mean, with jokes, I first off, I've never really felt like I'm gonna fuck my life. Maybe that'll change, who knows? But whenever someone says to me, I'm just like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Who are you? I'm not going to apologize to a stranger. I don't like the idea of like apologizing to someone I just met. It's kind of like if I
Yeah.
bumped you in the street, I'll say I'm sorry. If I told a joke you don't like, what am I going to go one by one? Sorry, that didn't resonate with you. I'm a jerk. I don't give a fuck, as you should not give a fuck. So yeah, I'm not going to apologize to people I don't care about. I'll apologize to people I care about.
Have you written a joke and then you put it away because you were like, okay, if I'm gonna get canceled, this is the one. have you wrote something like that where you're like, there's no way I could do this joke, even though it's funny?
I think there's jokes that I've put out that like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that one. I don't know about I don't know if I've like put them away. I think, yeah, there's probably a couple of jokes where I'm like, is it funny? Like, it's not like, is it worth it? Like, am I scared? It's more like, is it worth it? Like, am I gonna regret it? Like, am I gonna regret it? Not lynch mob gonna come at me. It's more like, is this me? Is this like, because when you're a young comic, you just say whatever is funny, I think. And then as you go along, you still say whatever is funny, but you kind of cut the ones that don't really represent you.
Yeah. I feel that you talk about the mob mentality. It's also once you reach a certain peak in your career, it's also you got a mob mentality behind you. So when people try to cancel you, your people come in and be like, nah, fuck y'all. This is funny shit.
Yeah, you forget that like you have a lot of fans that you've built that hopefully represent you and your levels of kindness or I'm not going to say views because I definitely don't think all the people that's not what my fan base is. They just hopefully think I'm funny. But yeah, I've definitely seen people go after people in my comments where I'm like, let's take it down a notch. Let's not try to destroy people. I mean, sometimes I'll write a joke barb at someone, but like I'm not really trying to fucking hurt people. That's not comedy. That's not who we are.
Well, they could just see your mom and know you're not that type of person. I mean, your mom is so sweet.
I got a good mom, man. You seems like you got a good mom too. I've seen the pictures.
Oh yeah. I think my mom, but your mom, I don't think talks shit to you. Like, or does she?
I mean, no, she doesn't talk shit. She does
the
mom thing where she'll say, this is how my mom will berate me. She'll say, as your mother, and I'm like, I know who you are. As your mother, I didn't think this was a nice post you did, so. And I just have to say, well, I don't think every post is for you. I think some posts you're not going to like every bit. I always tell her who's considered the best comedian of all time. And she'll say Richard Pryor. And I say, I don't think his mom liked all of his material,
Yeah.
I don't think she loved lighting himself on fire, freebasing chunk and Live at the Sunset Strip if she's a good mom. So, I say not everything's for you. Then I'll have some bits that are perfect for you that are just kind of genuine observations.
Yeah, our moms are not the same. My mom comes after me.
Like comes after you.
Oh my God. It's just like basically if she doesn't like a joke, oh, that's terrible, not funny, good, But like I come from a family that didn't tell me they loved me till I was 29 years old. Know? My mom's Asian and they don't say it. Like there's a line in Crazy Rich Asians. I don't ever know if you've seen that movie, but there's a line.
I got to see it because my buddy Ronnie Chang is in it, and I
love Ronnie, man. He's such a good dude. But there's a line in it. They're Korean in it. There's a line that says, "We do not say what is known." So in the Korean tradition, they never say "I love you," and my dad is like, "Well, she ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it either." So literally. It was that thing. So I never, to this day, Sam, I've never heard my parents say I love you. And the only reason to each other, but I know they do. But they've been married 47. I know they love each other, but they just don't say it. And then the reason why they told me at 29 is because I called them. I was dating an Italian girl, and Italians say I love you all the time. I called my dad out of nowhere and she said, tell him you love him. And I told him, and like literally he went, okay, and hung up the phone because he didn't know what to do. Like,
Wow.
like he got
Okay.
scared.
Okay is rough.
Okay, boom, and just hangs up the phone. So I'm like, all right. But now, I have he has grandkids. They say it now, but
But do
it's
you say it more because they didn't say it, or do you think
oh
part
man,
of you is more reluctant?
no, I say it all the time. I mean, I
You
show
seem like
people.
a warm guy.
Oh, I say I'm
Yeah.
annoyingly warm. I'm that dude. I'm annoyingly like
People
people.
don't think I'm gonna be a warm guy, but I'm a pretty warm guy too.
You are.
I think even Taylor, when she started dating me, said, "I didn't think you'd be like this. I didn't think you'd be this easygoing." And she also said, "I didn't think you'd laugh this much. You laugh a lot. I'm an easy laugh.
Oh, okay, good
I'll
deal.
laugh. I'll watch a shitty movie and laugh at it.
See,
You
I'm the
know?
same way. It's like life's
Yeah.
too short. Why not laugh at shitty stuff? You
Yeah.
know what I mean. So, but it's interesting coming from a fan because that didn't say I love you
Oh,
because
my mom said it constantly, but
see,
my
I
mom
never
said,
heard
"I
it.
love you" all the time, and my dad didn't say it as much, but he would still say it. So my mom, yeah, I was her only biological kid.
Do
I
you
think
talk to your mom or your dad more?
my mom.
Yeah, me too.
My
Isn't that
dad's just
weird?
not as much of a phone guy. My mom is like a phone person, so I'll talk to my mom on the phone all the time. But my dad will call me, but it's just not as often.
Like my dad, it's weird. I think it's old school fathers, man. Like they
Yeah.
just don't talk to their kids. That's
Well, my
why,
dad was a workaholic. He worked
yeah,
so hard, and so I learned a lot from him. Just his work ethic was insane. And
yeah,
my mom is just, I think she's just a little more like loud and friendly. But
yeah.
my dad is very warm in his own way. I mean, he's a great guy. He really is. It's just different personality types.
Yeah, yeah. My dad was a workaholic too. I think all old school dads. That's the time when they left the house. They left the house. They didn't talk for like 12, 13 hours. They just were gone. And
Yeah.
and how
Isn't
crazy
that
was it?
insane?
We
You had to like call them at work, and they'd be like, "Hold my calls." Like they
yeah,
could just ignore their wife. Now it's like,
exactly.
I know you saw the text. You can't. It's insane.
And I remember my mom, like when I was a kid, man, I would leave the house and like to go to school at 6 a.m. because I played football. Wouldn't come home to 4:30, and
Wow.
it's it was nuts when I was like they just didn't. There was no communication at all. It was kind of nice, I guess, at a time, but now that would never happen. You know?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know if it's good or bad for kids, because I see kids getting so much love sometimes that I'm like, is this gonna fuck up their expectations and what a partner should be? Like, are
Well,
they expecting to be worshipped a little bit? I don't
oh
know.
yeah, oh yeah. They're look. I've worked with a lot of younger people in the industry I'm in, and it's entitlement all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, and it's about what's weird is when you're in LA.
This podcast is going to do very well in Florida. These
Yeah,
young people have really got to
you gotta go. You gotta go. No,
go.
but like when the businesses come down to, and this would upset me. I was in a meeting up for this really big job, right? And they go as soon as they asked me how many Instagram followers do you have, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm done. How could you? I know people that probably have 2-3 million people, and all they do is show their ass all day,
I
or
know.
like so you're. It's just so this industry right now off of
It's like
Instagram.
judging movies by the box office. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
get it. Look, it made more money, but you're gonna tell me, like, I don't know, you're gonna tell me that fucking Transformers is better than The Godfather? I mean, shit, you know?
yeah, exactly. So it's the industry right now. Now, all you want to do is comedy, or do you want to act? Do you want to do other things as well?
I don't want to like go on auditions and be, I would, if I made a thing, I would act in it. If it was like something I really loved, but acting is not a passion of mine. I watch great actors on, TV or in movies, and I'm just like, well, that's not me. I'm not like, I don't have to be delusional to watch like Johnny Depp and be like, yes, we have a lot in common. So stand up is the passion. I love writing. I'm working on an animated show with Dana Gould right now. I really hope we
Oh,
sell
cool.
that, because I love him. I think he's so brilliant, and that would be like a dream come true to make that show, because I love the show a lot.
What I love about animation, you can actually really push the limits because they're like
We'll
animation.
see, dude. We'll see. Some of the notes we're already getting, I'm just like, it's a fucking animated show. They're just like, well, this might come off as a little. I'm like, have you seen my comedy? Have you seen Dana's comedy?
So
like, all right, but
so
I mean, it's a ton of fun to make. I mean,
did you
I really hope.
Did you sign it with somebody, or how, or y'all just kind of,
Oh
you
no,
do
we have
it?
a production. We have a production company, and they've been
Nice.
really great. So I really hope we get to make it with them. Yeah, it's Vince Vaughn's company.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
Vince, man. He's a good
yeah,
dude. He's a good
yeah.
dude.
I don't know him, but I mean, his production company's awesome. It's Peter Billingsley and his sister Victoria. They're both great to work with.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
All right. So the special is out on YouTube. The first
yeah,
one was I Got This, 4.7 million views. You got the next one out right now up on the
yeah.
roof. Make sure you watch both of those. I'll put all the
Thank
links
you, man.
below so
Thank
people
you.
can see it. And man, I just congratulations and keep doing your shit, dude. I mean, you're
You too,
killing it.
man. I'm so glad. I mean, you're same about you, man. You keep making awesome shit. These shows are this is so fun to do, and I'm so glad
Yeah.
you're healthy and you're doing well. And definitely was thinking about you a lot.
All right, man. I appreciate it. And I'll see you soon, man.
All right, take care.